Don't know how long I've been out here. Haven't seen a single body or a single person or even a Zed in hours. Should probably start looking for supplies soon. Don't really want to move yet because of the gunshots that came from that town, but it's been quiet, so I'm probably good to move now. Honestly, at this point I can't even remember my wife's face. Barely remember much of my life before the virus hit. But that's how it is out here. You barely remember. Everything goes to shit. And definitely, you gotta look out for yourself. But that's why I haven't teamed up with anyone or met up with anyone. Maybe one day when all this is said and done, the world returns to normal, if that ever happens. Then maybe life can be full of happiness and joy. But as is, it's just day to day, looking for resources, finding out where your next meal is gonna come from, and who you're gonna have to drop, or what you're gonna have to fight. And get going, and find out if I can find some food and water. Not hungry right now, but I'll eventually need it. But it's always nice to have water. Make sure no one's watching me from back here. I just gotta make sure to stay low and stay as quiet as possible. You never know who's watching these fields. Rather not meet my end from a sniper. Let's see. It looks clear over there. I remember I used to have a dog. His name was Fluffy. The biggest, meanest dog you could ever have. I really wish he was still here. He would make this a little bit easier. But if there's one thing I've learned with all this going on is it doesn't get any easier. Each day just gets harder and harder. Because if it ain't the bandits or the wild animals, it's disease or the deadheads. Out here in the country, they're not as bad. But in concentrated cities, in camps and power plants, they're the worst. Because if they even catch one glimpse of you, they're on you before you even know what happened, before you even have a chance to plan out what you're gonna do next. And that's why That's why I'm thankful for my past, is I learned to think on my feet, think about every situation, every possible positive or negative outcome before it even happened. Shotgun slugs. Well, I don't have need for those. Now I don't see anyone following me. But I'm gonna keep watch just in case. Because you never know. It's always the enemies you can't see. And I'm still not sure where those shots came from. But I know I heard some from the town, and I heard some from the field. I just hope I don't run into any bears out here or packs of wolves. Bears are easy enough to avoid. They make sound well before you're even near them. But the wolves, you don't know until they're biting at your heels that they're there. But then, keeping everything straight in your head plays a key role in that. Some would say that talking to myself like this isn't normal. What is normal anymore? Nothing in this world is normal anymore. Normal is getting up, showering, shaving, putting on a suit and going to work. Not waking up wondering if you've been robbed in your sleep, or wondering if you're even going to wake up. That's not normal. It's dimension. It's psychosis at its basis. But I won't let it get me. This virus took everything from me, and I don't plan on letting it take me. Let's see. Okay, I am still heading southeast. Good. But who knows? Maybe I should start writing in a journal. Maybe when this is all done, if it ever gets cleared up, when society returns to normal, maybe I can be a historical figure that tracked progress of how things went, how things happened, and what governments and military of old did during those times. But right now, my best bet is just to make it another day. To wake up and keep pushing. Because as they say, when life knocks you down, you get up, you brush yourself off, and you push back. what I wouldn't give for a nice hot cup of coffee, some eggs and bacon, and some flapjacks. But any more of that stuff is near impossible to come by. Now anymore, all you find is canned food. If you're lucky, you might find some fruit at some of the orchards that's a little overripe, but still edible. It's been months now since I've seen a pig. But then there's some groups that have gone out and hunted all sorts of livestock that now roam free. No one to hurt them. But then there's also some groups I definitely avoid more than others. I've seen notes left behind by survivors that eventually met unfortunate ends of cannibals. People have turned to lying to people and playing friendly. Oh, we'll help ya. Oh, we've got supplies. Next thing you know, you wake up with a knife in your back. And they're just deciding to cook you and eat you. If you're lucky enough for them to cook you. Some have met slow deaths at the hands of cannibals, whereas others, I've seen notes left by survivors who've heard the screams of people who have been slowly cannibalized by these sickos. And I carry no compassion or mercy for them. Anytime I see a cannibal, I have no problem opening fire. But then, before all this, I learned not to trust anyone. So when this shit hit the fan, I didn't care. If you came near me and something was off about you, I dropped you on the spot. But that's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess.